Little car companies make changes incrementally as they go along.
Yes.
It's not like big changes every 3 years.
Right.
That's what we found with the entire new line of Volvo that we're testing here in Canada.
Right, some big changes for a company that you may think is just Swedish, but it's also Chinese, it's also European.
It's all of those things. It's a smorgasbord.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Stay right with us and you'll learn all about it.
Hey, everybody.
Hey?
That was my Canadian thing. Welcome to His Turn, Her Turn. That would be the His Turn part. Paul Bryan, along with Lauren Fix, the car coach. And we are all wrapped up into Car Coach Reports.
Yeah, so here in Car Coach Reports, we get an opportunity to do some unique things. And one of this is the Scandadavian, I think I said that right.
I did. It's a new word that we made up.
Yeah, well, I think Volvo made it up. It's an adventure. And so we're going to have you come along with us on the adventure and see some of the new changes that Volvo's making on 4 of their vehicles, but it's kind of more like 6 of their vehicles. But these vehicles really have taken off, and we're going to show you why. We're here at an airport, so that has no pun intended.
Well, and they've taken off in a down market. You know, when you take a look at what's going on in North America, you've got a market that's down
globally
1.9%, and a little bit less than that globally, and yet at that same time, Volvo is growing at about 4.5%,
which is
so
pretty
it's
darn good.
Outperforming the market very well.
Yeah, and so because of that, we're going to show you some of the things that are keeping this company fresh and new with some of the product that they have and some of the things that you want to know about. So I think we'll take them for a ride in all these different vehicles. Come join us.
Fire up the Zamboni. Here we come.
Paul, are you ready to do some off-roading?
Oh, heck yeah.
In a V60 cross-country wagon?
Oh, heck yeah.
We're going up a mountain.
We're going up a mountain.
This should be interesting. And this is Kicking Horse Mountain Resort. I'm going to drive. Tell us what's new about this.
Well, it's longer, it's lower, it's wider. It's like it's 1957 on the Ed Sullivan Show.
And it's all-wheel drive. It's the only way it comes.
And that's the only way it comes here. So that's
So do we know where we're going?
Well, if we do, it'd be a first.
Ah, there are signs.
We're going, and now we're leaving pavements.
Yeah, we're hitting the beginning of the off-road. So this is obviously a ski area typically. So this should show its total capabilities. It is not a Range Rover. It is not a Land Rover. So we're making our right turn here. Yeah, so this should show its full capabilities, and that's what's new about the cross-country wagon. And Paul, you'll get an opportunity to drive. We're going to split the driving. We hit the horn twice as we hit each pylon to let any mountain bikers know.
It's the international signal of get the hell out of the way.
Means there's something bigger than you. This feels like your daily driver on the road, but it's obviously capable of going off-road, so good for camping. If you're going to go snowmobiling, maybe you could haul something light like that. Mountain bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really not, obviously this vehicle is not meant to be a mountain climber.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe their research says all kinds of stuff to the contrary.
Outdoor people.
Yeah,
Outdoor
I understand all of that stuff, but, you know, I don't, in my mind, see a whole bunch of Volvo drivers out pounding around.
I don't know, it's like Subaru drivers. And you can see it's pretty capable. I mean, I'm not worried at all about this vehicle.
No.
The fact that it's wider, it's going to give it better traction. But this is basically a switchback road. And we don't have to drive this downhill, though. That would be the challenge. Driving a vehicle like this uphill shows its capabilities going up, but going down, that's also something that you do with some of the other brands.
Oh, they got a Frisbee golf course set up here. I just saw them.
All right. So this is the XC90 T8 all-wheel drive. Translation is electric all-wheel drive.
You know what the problem is that I see is that we do this stuff, and when they go through their litany of letters, numbers,
3-letter acronyms,
letters, numbers, momentum, inscription, performance, engineered. We do this and we get confused.
Yes.
How is it that a customer is going to walk through?
Sounds like my rant of the week.
Well, know what I mean?
I know what you mean, Vern. Again, dating myself.
Wow, a Jim Varney reference, and you bust my stones. Holy shnikes.
Every once in a while that comes out. I don't know where from. Give out your readers.
Here you go, Graham.
Okay, thanks, Gramps. $86,990. Holy crap. So it starts at $67,500. And then you add all the goodies on. But at $67,500, you're getting the 2-liter super and turbocharged engine. It's a 2-liter engine.
Which is great engine.
Right, it is great because it's supercharged and turbocharged. However,
we love that engine.
my favorite, Bowers and Wilkins Premium Audio, $3,200.
Oh.
You better have some good ears.
Oh.
Yeah, not that it's not worth it. It's just expensive.
Well, it's not worth. We always say it's not worth it if you don't have the ears for it.
Park Assist Pilot is $200. Now, $200
Actually,
to have someone park your car, I might do it for $200.
It's a bargain.
We are here inside the 2020 XC60, but this is a different one. This is an E all-wheel drive.
Yes, T8.
T8, so E being electric all-wheel drive, T8 with 415 horsepower because this is the new version of that vehicle.
Yeah.
So there's only a few updates to this. I mean, one of the things that I think we both like are these gold seat belts. I call them yellow, but they call them gold.
They call them gold.
I think these are cool. I think you could offer that seatbelt color option in any Volvo and people would want to choose their color.
I think they're cool. I think, instead of, for a car company that really introduced 60 years ago,
yes,
the seatbelt that we now think of as the normal seatbelt.
The 3-point belt was developed by Volvo.
Yeah, it was developed by them. You would think that they would want to celebrate the belts
by offering
more.
Colors.
Yeah.
That's a suggestion,
by doing
Volvo.
Colors. You can use that. Comp. It's on the house.
Part of the Vision 2020 for Volvo is that no one will be injured in a vehicle by 2020 or
in one of theirs.
In one of their vehicles,
yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So safety is what they've got. They've got some pretty wild safety features like off-road mitigation, which I always laugh. I'm like, I don't want to know how that one works. It means if you drive off-road, it's going to save you. I'm thinking, I don't want to. They're talking like off-road, like into a drink or something. I'm thinking, no. I'll trust you.
How'd you like the dealer demo on that? No matter which iteration, the 60, the 90, they both won in Utility of the Year and Successive Years. They're fabulous. They
yes.
really are. The thing you've got to remember is that this is not a company that's the size of GM or Ford
Hyundai
or Toyota or Hyundai or any of them like that. It's a relatively small car company. So when they come out with a new model, it's not like they save stuff up because they're going to redo the car in 2 years or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So there are running changes that go model year by model year.
Right.
And
so for 2020,
smaller, but they're significant.
So the 22-inch wheels on this car, 415 horsepower T8, and the gold seat belts are what's new for the XC60. Well, I think some of the big highlights for me is the new ownership program. I think that is huge for Volvo and a very smart move for their dealers. And if you own a Volvo, you absolutely must look into this because I think it would be a wise move, especially if you're out of warranty.
Not only that, I think for me, the coolest thing is the subscription programs.
That is pretty cool.
And they range from $700 for an XC40 to $800 for an XC90 Momentum.
Right.
And you think to yourself, wow, okay, so for $800, I've got
everything.
Everything but the gas. I mean, that
includes insurance.
The vehicle, the insurance, maintenance, wiper blades.
You name it. You don't have to buy it.
They got a guy named Sven that comes and he washes off the window. I mean, it's got everything in it.
Right, and that's a good move. Now, they do sell them out. There's a very limited number of them, and not every vehicle complies, nor does every state.
Nor does every state.
Right,
there is one very backward state.
New York, the one I live in.
I didn't say that, but.
But New York, we don't have that available to us, and I think the other one's Alaska.
That's amazing.
Canada doesn't have it yet. That may soon change. We never can tell. So if you live in Canada and you're watching us, it might be available. You can ask at the dealer. But the Polestar setup is coming. We're going to be driving Polestar 2. That is interesting. This is a supercharged, turbocharged engine on the regular, but this hybrid, plug-in hybrid
PHEV.
is really, really popular. There's all kinds of different incentives depending upon where you live. In Canada, there's incentives. Not every country has it. In China, they've removed it, but that doesn't. It's available in the U.S. Some states have it. Your company may have it. So if you're thinking about a hybrid plug-in, always make sure to ask around because you don't want to leave money on the table.
I think just to kind of wrap things up, as I take a look at this company,
Yes.
in these, clothed in this new group of products that we've been seeing out of them for not just the recent couple of years, but a beautiful buildup of new product over a 5 or 6 year period. And you take a look at what they've done now, this is as sweet a group of cars you can think of right now. I mean, and so what's the big surprise for me? What's my favorite car out of this?
What is your
We
favorite?
didn't even drive it.
Okay.
The V90 wagon.
Oh, I love the
wagon.
wagons. I think wagons
I
are still,
love-
and a lot of manufacturers have pulled wagons. I think it's a big mistake because when you drive one you haven't driven one, you're going to fall in love with it like we did. We really liked it.
I remember the first time we drove that car in Spain.
We really liked it.
Yeah, we said, this is really nice, but you know what, the wagon is really cool.
It is cool.
So you got to look at that too. But I understand the utility part of a sport utility vehicle.
Right.
But I think that the wagon gets you 90% of that.
Big fan as well. I'm a big fan of the XC90, and I've recommended it to a lot of people. So we're going to take each of these vehicles. They're going to come to us, and as they hit the media fleet for us to drive, we'll have a review of each vehicle separately, which you'll see on Car Coach Reports. In the meantime, you get a taste of what's coming your way and something you could buy in the dealership in the not too distant future. And if you're watching this in the future, then you'll be saying, that's why I bought one of those things. So if you own one of these vehicles and you're totally excited, you can put your comments down below. And of course, check out all the other videos.
Also, if you're watching in the future, tell Emmett Brown it's time to come back. Marty McFly is waiting for you.